Well, thank you very much, and good morning, Nigeria. You see, to be honest with you, I will not call it a layback. I have heard the past speaker when he said that in every country there are stages of development and peculiar to that particular country, and Nigeria is not an exception. Each country has its own peculiarity. Go to India, and up to now you see that they are still struggling with some few things. Go to China, they are still struggling with some few things. We are developing at our own pace. The only thing we need
But our
is
pace
more.
is rather slow compared to other climes. I saw some, sorry to cut you, sir. I saw some display on social media, and where those countries have gone, we have not even like touched anything near it at all.
Well, to be honest with you, they will tell you the beauty side of their country.
Okay.
They don't tell you the other side. We are doing well in terms of my own understanding.
Okay.
The only thing is perhaps probably, as he said, government commitment in terms of engaging the product that has been developed in the country. We are growing slowly, yes. That is how we are supposed to grow, because we can't grow just at once. You know, the revolution, industrial revolution happened before they were using humankind to develop their countries, because there were no machines, and the machine come and take over. And now we are at a stage where in this country, similar to what is obtained in China and India, we have a lot of humankind and then skills workers, and then we have a lot of population where we consume what we produce. So in terms of government intervention is perhaps probably to just do as what the previous government did, closure of border, to say that we put restriction on so and so. Yes, we have people like these, some vehicles, and we say we are going to patronize. I knew some cars in Malaysia. Malaysia block everywhere that you can only use their car. We start from somewhere, no matter what, even if it is not strong enough, we now take a measure saying that, okay, no more importation of any car. From now on, we use innocent. We produce whatever we produce in this country, and then we say no more importation. And then these companies are going to now be refining and refining until they get to that level. If you compare in each and every country their production, the quality differs depending on their precision. And precision comes with research, upgrade. And we have quite a lot of research output that government can collaborate with the private sector and invest more in it. And that is what is needed to be emphasized. Government to collaborate. Government need not to put, I'm not in the opinion that government puts its money in the industry, but help at the background, facilitate, scrap some the taxes and what have you, so that to help and encourage. All these private companies can do well in terms of moving all these products that we have. If you go to the Science Expo, you see quite a lot of product which are very, very essential in terms of our level of development. And remember, not only in Nigeria, if we produce this kind of commodity, all the West African countries are going to benefit, because we have market. And even if we say, okay, we keep the West African community aside, we close our border, say that no more importation of this, no more importation of that, and then you will see quite a lot of people going back into industrial production. Because that is exactly what happened when we say no more importation of toothpick. You see a lot of people bringing their machines, providing this toothpick in the country. And then we have gone far. And no more importation of rice. You see a lot of rice mill. A lot of people going back to the farm to produce rice. So if we do that, we now take one step at a time. Because at times our problem is that we take almost everything at one go. We say we want to do this. We have to re-strategize.
Okay.
We know our capacity. We know what we can do. We know what we can do better. So when we start with all those ones, because of our organizational structure, we have to now start putting things one after another, not everything at a time, because when you chew too much, you cannot get what you want. All those countries that develop, they start from one point to another, and they don't develop at one go. We are at a situation where we have global networking, but we should look inward. Whatever work in other country may not necessarily work in here. So we take our basic needs, those that we produce here in the country, and then we invest in it. Government encourage some people. I think during Shagari time, there were such kind of things that had happened. Some people were selected. At that time, they were encouraged to have loan, and you see many of the industries coming up. So when you have the industry, that is the driving factor for those that are producing because there is going to be demand. There is going to be demand in the laboratory, in the workshop, in technical environment, so that they can produce for those companies, which means already there is need for those things.
Okay.
But in a situation where you allow the inflow, even if you have the industry, you allow the inflow of all those sophisticated items, machines, and whatever, to be brought from another country. I mean, you have lose everything.
Great point,
and that
Professor
science and
Mustafa.
technology is not going to definitely develop.
All right, talking about development and science and technology, let's talk about your organization now specifically, the National Biotechnology Development Agency, NAPDA.
Research and Development
Research
Agency.
and Development Agency. Beautiful. I'm glad that you added that. So could you please tell me some of the breakthroughs of NAPDA? I want to know how functional NAPDA is, and tell us some of the breakthroughs that NAPDA has come up with that has improved the lives of Nigerians.
Well, definitely we have come a long way. We have done so much. You see, this government is focused on in terms of food security, and we have done quite a lot in that area. We have developed this BT cowpea, and that's what I told people in my interview, that you no longer hear that we are now having a deficit of beans in the country. Previously, I mean, some years, 5-6 years, even Ghanaian president made a pronouncement that they are no longer going to sell beans for Nigerians. Why? Because they are in need of it. But now is no more. Before, we were importing beans from Chad Republic, Niger Republic, and some other countries, as I mentioned, Ghana. But now they are coming to Nigeria to buy beans. Why? Because we produce BT cowpea, and this BT cowpea is resistant to Maruca vitrata, which is an insect that eats the pod, to not allow it to have a high yield. So we have high yield, high quality, and then it produces in a very shorter time compared to the other conventional crop. That is one. Another thing is in the area of cotton. We have facilitated the domestication of cotton, where now, as I'm telling you, a lot of people have gone back to the farm to produce cotton. And this cotton will earn us a lot of foreign exchange and will bring back, this what we are saying, bring back companies that are in cotton and textile industry. And that is what we have done. Again, recently, in collaboration with AATF, IAR, and some other organization, we produced telomeres. Now people are anxiously waiting. You are here, you hosted Poultry Farmers Association, and this Poultry Farmers Association came, they were saying that we have deficit, we cannot, that is why we have a very expensive egg, very expensive chicken, because maize, which is the foundation of all the feed that they produce, is no longer available. We have to import it from another country. But now telomeres is released as a result of research, and the research collaboration we have with other institutions, and then it is now available in Nigeria, and a lot of farmers are coming to say they want it. Another thing in the area of health, now, you know, COVID has taught us a lot of lessons. The lesson that COVID taught us is that we have to survive even if we are in enclosure. That is, we are just as during the COVID, that all borders are closed. In terms of medical supply, in terms of medical equipment, that is what we concentrated on. And luckily, because of this research. Before, we don't have the technology, we always buy. Now we have produced test kit for COVID. Why we say test kit for COVID? That was when the research started, and then we have optimized it. Now we have it. But the technology is there. We are now in the laboratory working to produce other test kits, and that will bring the development of more industries that will come up to provide job, to provide quality material that we need in our hospitals. That is another area. Another area that we have done so far is the biodigester. The biodigester, with this time of epileptic power supply, it is going to be very useful in the rural community, and this rural community can take the biodigester. It's very easy to handle, very simple, and then anybody can be taught within shortest possible time, can master how to use it. Just to introduce the organic material, waste material, and then you manage it. It will provide cooking gas for you, it will provide electricity, it will provide the energy that you use either in your farm or in your village or whatever. So that is another thing. That biodigesters can be now massively produced, and that can be used in our local community. And the residue, that is the byproduct of that organic material, can be used as organic fertilizer. We have produced organic fertilizer.